On December 25th, Cor was sitting in the sun by an open window, writing a letter to his parents back home. He was aware that they were writing a lot about the pleasant climate and didn't want to make his relatives jealous, but he just couldn't help it. They still marveled at it every day. The day before, Cor and his colleagues at Caltech had a small Christmas party at the Kellogg lab with coffee, cake, and Christmas music on the gramophone. At home, they'd managed to get an old small radio which played familiar carols. Even the ones they hadn't heard before, they soon knew by heart because they were repeated all day long. There were lots of commercials for Christmas presents too. This was something entirely different from what they were used to. In the Netherlands, Sinterklaas is celebrated on December 5th and gifts are exchanged. Jenny thought Santa Claus looked a little silly. A short, chubby man with a red suit. She compared him with the long and lean St. Nicholas she was familiar with. They both, in one way or another, derive from the same St. Nicholas, whose myth has taken many forms over the centuries since his supposed life. They noticed Americans were sending Christmas cards to any Tom, Dick, and Harry, so the mail, especially from overseas, was very delayed, something that's still not solved in this day and age. They spent Christmas Day at the Fowlers, where they had turkey, which apparently was an American tradition. Afterwards, Professor Fowler showed some film footage of the trips he'd made to Finland and Russia that summer. In the Netherlands, there is a second Christmas Day on December 26th, but that's not the case in the United States, so Christmas felt like it went by even more quickly. The weekend after Christmas, they spent with Lane and Ank. Lane was the brother of Cor's sister-in-law, Jannie. They lived in Downey with their little boy Chris, about 30 kilometers from Pasadena. They picked them up with their car and took a little trip together to Long Beach, saw the Pacific Ocean for the first time, and visited some more places in the area. They'd only met once at the wedding of Jana and Jannie, but it felt like they'd known each other for years. On New Year's Eve, Cor, Jenny, and Erika spent the night quietly at home. They really missed the oliebollen, which are a Dutch delicacy that has been a New Year's Eve tradition since the 19th century, and a recipe that's been around for a long time. They had canned peaches and sausages instead, which they enjoyed very much too. At midnight, they took a walk around the block. Cars were honking and there were many people out in the streets. Some of them were walking around with chairs and blankets, and others were lying on an old couch. This, they learned, was all to make sure they had a good spot reserved for the next day, the Tournament of Roses parade on January 1st.